Hi, this is Joseph. It is September 13th. It's Monday. I wanted to walk you through one of the last trades that I executed with the Trade Copier today. This is a reversal. The reason I want to put together this video is to walk you through my trading system. I get this question quite a bit. What is it that I primarily do? Or, what is my trading system like? What do I use? Do I use any indicators? Do I trade the news? There's a lot of little questions that I always try to answer on a regular basis with these videos. So the first thing is, in answer to the question about the news, I don't trade the split second that the news is released. And that's a good thing for anybody who's going to consider using the Trade Copier. The reason is that we all use different brokers. And different brokers will do different things with the news events. Some brokers will prevent the data going in and out of the MT4 platform a few minutes before the news is released. And they do that so that their clients cannot trade the news. And that is an effort or an attempt to try to protect people from losing a lot of money, because you can lose a lot of money. You can actually blow up your trading account. You probably already know this if you have any experience trading the news, but you could potentially blow up your trading account trying to trade the news, because things can reverse really quick. The other issue is that you don't ever really know for sure if you're going to get the exact or precise fill that you're trying for, because price is moving or could potentially move so fast. There's a lot of volatility at that moment. So very often there's going to be a setup before the news in anticipation of the expected numbers that are released with the news, and then other times things will go sideways flat. There's no signal or no trade generated before the news, and then I have to wait until after the news is released, and then the reaction could sometimes create an opportunity, which is usually the case. And that's the safest way, because again, if I execute the trade and I get a good fill, it doesn't guarantee that my Trade Copier subscribers are going to get the same fill at the split second that the news is released, because price is moving really, really fast. So I'm really, really careful about that. I don't want anybody to lose any money. I want everybody to get the same results. The other question that I get, though, is what kind of trading strategy do I use? Do I trade breakouts? Do I trade, in trending markets, things like that? I get a lot of questions about it. So I primarily like trading breakouts. I also like trading reversals. And I want to show you this one reversal that took place today. So price is moving to the downside just as the London market was getting ready to open a few hours before. And then this was a relatively easy bounce. Now I'm using point and figure. This is actually a point and figure strategy, and I'm counting these columns to generate some kind of a take profit target. It's also going to give me a specific entry. But before I move to my point and figure to get my entry, I'm also using this chart right here. Now this is the euro. This is euro futures. This is a 30-minute chart. And you can see here what I'm doing is counting the waves, and I'm using volume. Now, volume, in my opinion, is the best way to really track, if you know how to use it in the right way. There's many different ways to use volume, but you have to be careful with volume if you're not too familiar with it or comfortable with it. It can be misleading if you do it incorrectly. But for the most part, volume is going to help me identify that constant battle of supply and demand. And I can step in when, as they say, and this is one way to categorize it, it's to step in and trade with the smart money. You want to trade when the market's about to break out and you've got that low already in place, and then the test of that low, and then it starts to reverse. You want to make sure that you're trading a good solid reversal that will actually lead to a significant move, and not just a head fake, not just something that looks like it's bouncing and then it turns around and continues in the same direction. You could easily get stopped out with that. So by counting the waves and watching volume and then using my point and figure chart, I can determine when it's going to reverse, and I'm trading with the smart money. I'm trading with that momentum in the opposite direction. But I also want to show you what was taking place today here at the same time. So this is the dollar index, and this is the 30-minute bar chart of the dollar index. And you can see how price was moving right into that resistance point, and then it tested it one more time and rolled right back over again. This particular chart does not have volume in it, but I was watching dollar futures, and I could see that price, even though it was rushing right back into that level of resistance, it couldn't really overcome that level of resistance with any significant momentum. And then it rolled right back over again, and then that's when I saw my confirmation here in the opposite direction, which was the euro trade. And then I'll go back to my point and figure. My point and figure gives me an entry, and then it gives me my target. Now, if this continues higher, I can get into the trade again later, because it's going to create another area of consolidation, which would be, if this is a move to the downside and this is an area of accumulation, this could be an area of reaccumulation, and it may give me a further count with a further target back up in this direction. If it doesn't give me a count, if it doesn't do anything like that, it may indicate that it's probably going to come back down and take out the lows. Either way, nothing's going to happen and nothing's going to change here on this particular chart until there's some kind of a significant change in volatility based on the way I constructed this chart. That's why point and figure is always so accurate. That's why I have very few losing trades with this particular system. So again, it starts off with me counting the waves, watching volume. I have to be mindful of not only how traders are reacting to news, but also the time of day. So again, moving into the London Open, and then here's the London Open, the first hour or two or three, and then it starts to come back down as we get closer to the New York session, and then we get that reversal. And it was a really easy trade. Not all of them are going to look this perfect, and sometimes there's going to be another currency pair. Let's say if I was trading the pound dollar, it's possible that it could just be going sideways. Either way, I'm going to be looking for the most picture-perfect trading opportunity, which is something like what you see today, and those always work. I never hesitate whenever I see a picture-perfect trading opportunity, and I mean that in the sense that picture perfect according to my trading system, not, picture perfect for everybody. Everybody trades in a different way, but that's the way I trade. That's the system that I use to generate signals with the Trade Copier. So I hope you had a really good trading day. There is one more day left to get this special offer on the best forex Trade Copier. After that, it's going to go back to the regular price of a monthly subscription. Right now, you can get it for a one-time payment, lifetime subscription. I'm making it as easy as possible. I know that there's a lot of uncertainty out there in the world. A lot of people aren't too sure about what's going to happen with the future, jobs, all of it. It's a really scary time for a lot of people, and I know that this is probably one of the best ways to make some money on the side. Getting somebody who knows what they're doing. I've got over 20 years experience in this business who can actually execute all of these trades for you while you're off doing something else, whether you're sleeping or whether you're at your full-time job and your forex trading account is making you money just like this as a result of me executing these trades and then managing them for you through the use of that Trade Copier. Thanks for watching.